Hi, I'm Christine Knight, clinical hypnotherapist, IFS practitioner with a master's degree in counseling, and most importantly, I've walked the journey myself. I've healed emotionally from severe childhood trauma, and I'm here to talk to you about exactly how you can do the same. I talk about the subconscious mind, about the nervous system, somatic embodiment, and real ways to integrate theory into everyday practice. I teach a daily parts check-in practice along with spaciousness in time and environment and how to bring safety into our environment and surround us with safe people to rebuild the wiring in our nervous system, in your nervous system. That's why you know the things up here in your logical reasoning brain, but not in the subconscious mind. So when we read books, when we do talk therapy, when we go to retreats and we have it up here in our logical reasoning brain, our prefrontal cortex, we know the things to do, but then when we are triggered, we have that emotional surge that comes up in our inner system and it floods us and it takes the logical reasoning brain offline, completely offline. The subconscious mind comes in and takes over with protector parts driving survival strategies that worked a long time ago. But what helped us survive moment to moment to moment with those extreme jobs taken on by those protector parts inside of our subconscious mind, they helped us survive moment to moment to moment, and they got us here. They laid down their original roles they were meant to play to try to help us survive to the next moment, to the next moment, to the next moment. And it worked. That's why they kept doing the job. The job worked. But what was adaptive survival strategies back then, usually the first 7 to 10 years of life, become maladaptive strategies when we are trying to function and operate in adult relationships within adult environments and adult situations. So the what is it? It's the glitch. That's what it is. It's the glitch between knowing what we're supposed to do in our adult lives, in our conscious brain. The glitch is that the subconscious mind has not yet been reconnected with those disconnected parts. And the bridge has not been built between the subconscious mind and the conscious mind. So the subconscious mind takes over when we're triggered, when we have those emotional triggers that cause that emotional surge in our inner system because of the core wounds being carried by those very young parts in the system. When that happens, that's why we flood. The subconscious mind takes over, consciousness goes whoop out the window, and we become very frustrated when it's over and we kind of come back to ourselves, come back to our mind. It's kind of, why did we do that? We know better. We know better and we keep doing it. And it's so frustrating. And, sometimes I even could see myself like it was almost like an out of body experience because there was a protector part inside that used dissociation as a survival strategy. And I could see myself on the outside, like doing something that I wanted to stop. I knew it wasn't my true self, but I couldn't stop it. I could even see it play out, but I couldn't stop it. And it tortured me for decades. It took me 16 years, over $100,000 to find the answers. I studied and became certified and trained in the techniques that worked to really get me traction forward in the emotional healing journey. And then, of course, internal family systems, IFS, was the technique that finally got to those deep core wounds, helped me reconnect the disconnected parts of my subconscious mind back to the fullness, the wholeness that is me. I call it my core essence. Some call it self-energy. Some call it spirit. Whatever you call it, it's there. It's naturally flowing in us. Our true nature is naturally flowing in us. And these protector parts trying to keep us safe are just, they're cinching up that water hose, not because they're trying to make things worse for us, but it's actually because they're trying to help us. So that's why I talk a lot about emotional triggers, because that's kind of the starting point in the outside world. That's what we see. We're triggered from somebody pulled out in front of me while I'm driving my car, and I had explosive road rage when I knew it wasn't that big of a deal. Up here, didn't matter. Flooding happens, and emotional surge is taking over. So on this channel, I talk a lot about emotional triggers and how to heal them, but also bring it full circle back with our true nature, self-energy, core essence, who we truly are, how to build the strengths up that we already have in our system as a strong foundation. To then, the next step is disconnecting or reconnecting, I should say, the disconnected parts. And that right there is going to show you, I'm not going to edit that out because I want you to see real, raw, authentic. I have lived it. I feel it. I know it. I know the frustration. I know the struggle that is on this journey. And I firmly believe that I had to go through 5 years searching when a psychologist told me there was no cure for me. And the best that I could do was learn coping mechanisms because of where these protective strategies originated in my childhood. Told me it couldn't be done. I couldn't cure them. The best I could do was learn how to cope with them. And I said, watch me. And I got up and I walked out of his office. 5 years later, it took me 5 years after that, sitting on my couch, folding laundry early one Saturday morning, watching PBS because it's the only TV that I could watch because it didn't have commercials. And I never knew when a commercial was going to show up that was going to cause a trigger in me, that would cause the emotional surge that would put me offline. And my emotional triggers would turn into emotional spirals that sometimes lasted 2 hours, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. I have dealt with deep clinical depression, never got medicated for it, never went into a hospital for it, but that has no shame. There is no shame in that, in getting treatment and being medicated or being hospitalized for it. Because believe me, if anybody knew outside what was going on inside, they would have committed me because my system was so fragmented. But I firmly believe I went through the 5 years of struggle finding the first thing, which was QHHT, quantum healing hypnosis technique by Dolores Cannon, that changed the whole trajectory of my life. And then 16 years, 16, am I counting right? 16? Like I said, I'm not going to edit this. This is raw. This is real. This is me. This is Christine. You're not going to see AI here. You're not going to see editing and pretty pictures and smooth polished video, because we're going to get real. We're going to get raw, and we're going to reconnect is what we're doing. We're going to build safety between you and me and in our nervous systems. I offer a free community on the Skool platform, Skool spelled Skool. It's not social media, which is how I found it. I kind of was just really moving away from social media early in 2025. And then late 2025, I found the Skool platform, and it made everything very easy for me to set this up where I can help even more people with this message. My mission is to get this message to the masses. This message being, you're not broken. You don't need to be fixed. There are just parts in the subconscious mind. I'm pointing back here. This is like the amygdala, the reptilian brain, the survival brain attached to the base of the brainstem. There's just disconnection in there because fragmentation happens when we have emotional overwhelm as a child, emotional confusion as a child, when we don't have an emotional container that's safe with especially our primary caregivers, that's safe enough for us to process through these overwhelming emotions. Even that can cause protective parts in the subconscious to disconnect, take on extreme roles, survive to the next moment. The next moment, they're like, hey, y'all, this is working. Let's keep doing this stuff. You get to the next moment and the next moment and the next moment, and it becomes a maladaptive survival strategy in adulthood. So anything, anywhere from emotional confusion in childhood to severe childhood trauma, I work with that because it's the same structure of the subconscious and the same process, but very unique to each individual. That's why I do see clients one-on-one. I have a private practice, but I also created this free Skool community where you can go for free, get the full online course that I teach everything that's happening in your nervous system, in your subconscious mind, in your logical reasoning brain, in your body, and why this happens. And then I also offer for the free community once a week, meet up with me where you can ask questions. You can also tag me 24/7 in questions. You just tag my name in the community, ask a question. There's an Ask Me Anything tab. I answer some of those questions here live on YouTube. It's all to bring this message to everybody. Everybody that can receive this message, please receive this message. You don't need fixed because you're not broken. There's just disconnected parts inside of the subconscious that we need to help you identify and hear, listen to, understand, and then we heal with love. We heal with compassion. We heal with understanding, and I guide you through that process. And that's what I'm here to do. And I'm here to reach as many people as possible so you don't have to struggle through 16 years, over $100,000 in frustration and feeling alone. You're not alone. You're not alone any longer. I'm here. There's a whole community inside of Skool waiting for you. They're here. Many options are here for you. Just take that first step. I know it can be scary. That's why we go slow. We go at the right pace, in the right order to reach that destination. Because we're building safety inside of the body, building safety inside of the nervous system, and building safety inside of your subconscious mind. Because that's where the root cause is, and that's where the healing needs to happen. That's why I specialize in the subconscious and the nervous system. So please join us in the Skool community. Put your comments here on the video, any questions you have, and then I'll answer them in the comments, or I'll make a video and answer them, depending on the question. I'm here for you. I want to give access to me, to you, to help guide you. The link is in the bio of my YouTube channel, and it's also in the description below this video or wherever it is. I'm not the greatest techie person, as you're going to see through these videos. So I do the best I can, and that's why I want it to be real and authentic, so you can start to feel in your body what that feels like to have safety and just authenticity. Thank you so much for watching, and check out all of my videos and check out the free Skool community. Can't wait to see you on the inside. See you on the inside.